Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. I want to talk today about how do you increase loyalty? How do you increase trust? And not just little bits of increase, like how do you just take it to a whole different level? And there is an art form. It's not just luck. And it's not a matter of just time, like most people think. So stay tuned as we get into how do we engage our clients, our prospects, our networks, our social platforms, everyone around us to become loyal and trusting to us. So as always, this is the first time you've joined us. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you are tuning in on your favorite podcast platform or on our social platforms so you never miss an episode. There's a simple fee. We don't run ads. We don't use sponsors. If you love the show, please share it with someone else who you feel would really benefit. Another consultant, another service provider. That would be absolutely amazing and greatly appreciated. So let's get into today. Most consultants believe that by simply adding value to others, it's the answer to accelerate their trust and therefore the loyalty from whether it be their clients or their prospects or their social platforms, their audiences, their networks. They go, the more value I add, the more someone's going to trust me and the more someone's therefore going to be loyal from me. And whether that's a prospect to end up buying, whether that's a client to end up staying, whether that's a network to end up helping you, there's great outcomes for all of it. And to some degree, that's correct. But there's a whole nother level. And it's a level that very few people can get to. So let's dive into what this actually looks like. I'm going to share my screen. So those who are watching this on a recording, hey, and if you're listening to it on a podcast, go find our YouTube channel, Referral Marketing Guru, and see what we're drawing out. But I'll explain it the best we possibly can for those that are listening to the show right now. So the question I got asked, which I thought was a great question, how should I engage with my clients, my networks, my prospects, my social channels, my audiences to accelerate and gain trust, loyalty, and influence? So when you think about that, there's lots of obviously really positive things in there that we want to make sure that we happen. We want to be able to engage with all of those people. We want to be able to accelerate and gain better trust, to gain better loyalty, to gain more influence. So I put it down to someone needs to resonate with you, to therefore respect you, to therefore be inspired by you. And when that takes place, that's when the magic starts to happen. And whether that is a prospect becomes a client, or whether that is a client stays longer, or a client becomes a walking, talking, ranting, raving billboard for you, or whether that is someone in your network opens a door and shares you, or whether that's a referral partner starts passing you more business. You can see the better engagement that you have, the faster you accelerate and gain that trust and gain that loyalty, and therefore also the influence. So there's sort of four areas that we talk about. Down in the first area, sort of unfortunately what a lot of people do, but you should never do. It's what we call where people are just simply doing spam messages. So the people who just focus on doing spam messages down here in that red zone, really, I sort of just go, they're doing it out of desperation. They don't really know what else they should be doing. They don't really know how else to approach it. They think the more that they're seen, the more that they're heard, therefore they naturally have to be able to eventually get trust, loyalty, and influence. But unfortunately, the opposite happens. See, as humans, we're really good with our intuition to know if someone's desperate or not. And if someone's desperate, why would we want to do anything with them? We want people who see themselves as the prize. We don't want to be the prize. We want to be able to go to people who see themselves as a bit more of an authority, that see themselves as a bit more of, well, I don't really need to spam people, cold message people to be able to pick up clients. It really doesn't get you any trust, loyalty, or influence whatsoever. So then the next level up is where I think a lot of people sit, and it's what we call being outcome or script focused. And when we're outcome and script focused, sort of in that amber zone. But the problem with being outcome and script focused is that in the end, you have little authority. You end up with little connection. And again, somebody then just goes, will you give me the outcome or the result that I want? And most of the time, it'll come down to price. And I don't know too many consultants that want to be judged purely on price. But when we're outcome and script focused, so great, let me do these 3 steps when I engage with my clients or my networks or my prospects. Let me follow this particular script when I'm sending LinkedIn messages or when I'm doing Facebook messages or on my Instagram. In essence, you're not gaining much trust or loyalty because we can tell really clearly that it's the same copy and paste message that you've done to another 20 other people. And when that takes place, the feeling inside me goes, well, you don't actually really care. So why should I be bothered in answering or talking back to you? It's really easy, and we talk all the time around our cortex brain, which is logical, analytical. It appreciates and understands language. That's what the cortex brain does. What we focus on and how we want to be able to do this with every consultant we work with is we want to be able to limerick brain your business. And a limerick brain controls all human behavior. It controls all decision making. It is completely on feel and it doesn't understand language whatsoever. So if you just outcome script focused, you can see to the cortex brain, makes perfect sense. But you're not tapping into the brain of your clients, of your networks, of your prospects, of your social channels, of your audiences in your CRM, of the brain that controls all human behavior and controls all decision making. So the next level up, so that's sort of like the bottom level, spam messaging. The next level up was outcome script focused. So then a lot of people will go, oh, well, I will just value add. Because if I value add, that will gain their trust. That will build loyalty. That will give me some influence. And yes, it will. And that's certainly an awful lot better than the previous 2. But really, when you value add, all you are doing is really creating nice feelings. And don't get me wrong, creating nice feelings is good. But there's more than that. There's a whole nother level. And we get told, hey, go add value to them. Go see how you can help them. Go and see how you can share your knowledge or your IP or your genius with them. Add value. And therefore, they'll start to trust you more. And that's 100% correct. But the thing that happens is that takes time. And it's really hard to fast track your business growth if you're going to have to spend the next 12 months, 18 months, 24 months to be able to gain that trust, that loyalty. See, we talk all the time around being a farmer, and the farmer plants the seeds, and the farmer then nurtures the crops, removes the weeds, makes sure that there's enough sunlight, water, that's nurturing. And eventually the seeds grow. So that's what value adding does. But then there's this whole nother level that we talk about in terms of what we call sort of the super green level. And that is how we accelerate our trust, our loyalty, and our influence. And that's by doing heartfelt actions. Now, there's a reason why, as simple as that sounds, that most of the time we can't get to this space. We don't live in this space. And it's not because of who you are, it's because of how we are hardwired. Especially as entrepreneurs, business owners, we're hardwired to make sure that we've got roof over our head. We look after our team. We've got money needing coming to the bank. So we sit an awful lot in what I call survival brain. And to be in survival brain, you need to be logical, analytical. You need to be in the cortex part of your brain. And that's why, again, the limerick effect that we talk about, the limerick method that we install into all the consultants that we work with, is about getting them out of that logical, analytical, that understands language part of the brain, and getting them into how to do things that are going to help influence human behavior, help influence decisions, help influence the trust and loyalty that it creates. So when you can get to doing heartfelt actions, what you actually do is that you create people who are what I call yours for life. Whether they're a client for life, whether they're part of your networks for life and open doors for you, a referral source for life, whether they're a prospect that become a client for life, whether they're people who engage all the time on your social channels. It's about how you can then accelerate the trust, the loyalty, the influence of those people for them to become yours for life. And there's a whole nother thing that this really does. And it's part of our big sort of third pillar. It's what I call, it allows you to then be more inspirational. When you can go from simply, cold messaging, spam messaging, transaction orientated, to being outcome script focused through how am I going to value add to other people, and then getting to this last level, getting to this heartfelt action level where you engage with your clients, your networks, your prospects, your social channels, your audiences in a way that just accelerates the trust they have with you, accelerates the loyalty that they have towards you. And in essence, you become the inspiration that your people are looking for. When we do that, that's when the magic starts to happen. So a lot of time, it's really easy to get stuck in, and I hear all the time, my features need to be better, or my value needs to be better, or my price needs to be better. What we offer needs to be better. And honestly, it's none of that. Someone buys because they resonate with you, therefore they can respect you, therefore you can inspire them to change. And when you think about what is a business there for, a business is just there simply to make someone else's life better. That's it. That's all a business is there to do. But to be able to make someone else's life better, it's the limerick part of their brain that has to already decide that you are the right person. And the limbic part of the brain doesn't understand language. It is all done on feel. It was really interesting. Like just before jumping on to do this podcast, I received a message from someone who went, it just doesn't feel right. I can't put it into words. It's just the gut feel I have. And that's exactly right. There is nothing else. You can't justify it with logic. You can't justify it with language because of the part of the brain that controls that human behavior doesn't understand that. So when more consultants get this, and the people we work with are really impact-driven consultants, they want to make an impact. They want to be able to help change society. They want to be able to create this ripple effect of contribution and good. So when you start to understand that the greater loyalty, trust, influence that you can have, the faster that gut feel in prospects, in clients, in your social channels, in referral sources, in partnerships, in your team, everyone around you, as long as they are a human, you can start to see how you can control the magic to happen. Now, that's really powerful when you think that you have the influence to be able to engage everyone around you and accelerate the trust, the loyalty, and the influence so that you can start to be more inspirational. Hopefully it's been super helpful. As I said, if you found that really useful and you know some people, entrepreneurs, business owners, service providers, consultants who would find that helpful, please share it along. Share the link. Love for you to leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. We've got a really big mission to be able to inspire 1 million consultants every year to play a bigger game in their business, to win every day, to be more profitable than ever before, so they can help contribute and change society for the better. To me, it's entrepreneurs and business owners that change the world. Politicians don't. We get to create the ripple effects. And the more people we get to help to create this ripple effect, to hire more people, to support charities and local organizations and schools, to do amazing things with your clients, that's what lights me up. That's what makes me so passionate. So if you know people who would listen to this and go, that makes so much sense, I'm so glad that you shared it with me, then hey, share it along. Do them a favor. Make sure you've subscribed wherever you happen to be listening, watching. Make sure you jump onto our YouTube channel so you can see those diagrams being drawn. Just search Referral Marketing Guru. Jump on Instagram, Michael_Referral Guru, or Facebook. Just search for Michael Griffiths. Drop me a comment. Love to talk more. I geek out on our limbic brain and the power and how easy it is that you can influence for good and fast track your business growth. Okay, guys, till next time, take care. I'll speak to you real soon. See you later, all.